Hey guys, it's me, Debbie Bubbles. Welcome back to my channel and into the walls of my home. Today, I am participating in the Quick and Easy Meals, which is hosted by the Grace Life DIY Home Decor, Deborah Cabasa Home Living, and Jean Home Decor and more. As you have probably gathered by now, I love to cook, I love to bake, and I absolutely love to decorate. Y'all, from the simplest of meals to the most complex, whatever's on the menu, it is definitely being served up with love. Okay guys, so we're going to start off with some canned goods here, some canned beans as well as a can of stewed tomatoes. Outside of that, we're going to use some fresh produce, quite a few seasonings, and a pound of ground beef, and also some smoked sausage. Now, this is really quick and simple in that the prep takes no time whatsoever, and then just the rest of the time the meal is either simmering away on the stovetop or in a crock pot. Now, I use both because, as you probably know about me, I'm not a big fan necessarily of a crock pot. It just doesn't, I don't know, I'm not satisfied with it for whatever reason. There are some things that do very, very well in the crock pot, I know, but for me, such as beans, I'm using canned beans this time, so it's no biggie. But as far as if I were using dry beans, that kind of thing, I would I do them on the stovetop first and foremost, which I started these items all off on the stovetop, moved them to the crock pot, then moved them back to the stovetop before they were finished cooking, because it just wasn't I don't know, the crock pot doesn't cook to my satisfaction. So once I had things how I wanted them, then I returned them to the crock pot and let it simmer away for a couple of hours before dinner time. So as you're seeing here, I'm going heavy-handed on some seasonings. There's only one thing that I'm adding there that actually has salt in it. I use a lot of garlic and peppers, different types of pepper, hot, spicy, smoky, etc. And there is a smoked sausage there. I sauteed that sausage as well as the onions and the bell pepper. Half of the onion and bell pepper I did go ahead and put into the pot of beans as they simmered. Just wanted to go ahead and give flavor to those things. I browned the ground beef and added it to the pot along with those onions and peppers, and then later added in the smoked sausage and the remainder of the green bell pepper and the onion. Now, there was no recipe, y'all. It was just me cooking. I'm showing you there that after I brown my ground beef, typically I go ahead and I rinse it. Just another level of removing the extra fats and all that we don't necessarily need or want in our bodies. And here I'm showing you some of that pink stuff. I have a lot of shades of pink going on in my kitchen for somebody who doesn't like pink, huh? Yeah. I tickle myself. So y'all, anyway, here we go. We're adding all those items to the crock pot. And again, we're going to let it start off, simmer away for just a tad bit of time, then return it to the stovetop for about 30 minutes until I get the boil that I want, and then lastly return it again to the crock pot to finish up. All right, now that we have those beans crock pot, and I'm going to start on the dessert. And the dessert is what I like to call a hot lemon pudding cake. This is something that you could tweak to your heart's desire. It doesn't have to be lemon. If you don't like lemon, you might like chocolate cake and chocolate pudding, or say strawberry cake and maybe a vanilla or a cheesecake pudding. Who knows? I mean, you can do, banana. I'm just thinking a hot banana. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I'm having a moment. But banana cake with a banana pudding. Oh, wow. So anyway, what you're going to do here is you're going to prepare the cake batter per the package directions, okay? And once you've mixed up that batter per the package directions, you're going to go ahead, spray down a baking dish, and then pour this batter into that baking dish and set aside. While the cake batter sitting there, you're going to go ahead then and prepare your pudding mixes. There are 2 pudding mixes that we're going to use here, along with some milk and some water. And y'all, I did not include any ingredients or directions. If you want them, leave me a comment. I'll be happy to oblige you with my version of recipe. I seldom pick up a recipe to do anything, but that's just me, y'all. I'm just a pretty old school, old-fashioned cook. A lot of dishes that I make don't necessarily have names. They're just a meal. They're just food. I mean, I do cook fancy things that have more formal names and titles, like beef Wellington, eggs Benedict, and that kind of thing. But for the most part, y'all, I have a really good taste and flavor profile, so if I eat something somewhere, I can go home and mimic it without having a recipe. But that is just me. That's just one of my giftings. Okay, so we're going to spoon the thickened pudding mixture over the top of the cake, put it in the oven, let it bake off, and it takes about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. You want your toothpick to come out clear of cake batter. And while that's baking, let's serve up a steaming hot bowl of what we're going to refer to as chili beans. I mean, because we just don't have any other name for it, so that's what we're going to call it. Y'all, on the day that I prepared this for my family, we had a little snow. It didn't last long, but we had a little bit of snow, and it was cool or cold outside. And it just called for some nice comfort food, a nice steaming hot bowl of chili beans and a side of cornbread. And there is a beautiful, beautiful, heavenly smelling dessert. It smells so wonderful. We're going to coat it with a little bit of powdered sugar and serve it up. And as if that were not enough, somebody said, Mom, do we have any ice cream? So we have ice cream as well with this. I could have gone without, maybe just a dollop of whipped cream would have been good. But either way, it was tasty with or without the ice cream or anything in addition. This is still just so warm and hearty. Y'all, I wish y'all could smell this, let alone taste it. Just the smell. This would be a great candle. It tastes amazing. So if y'all want the recipes for any of the items that I've prepared here, leave me a comment. And again, I will try my best to give you my version of a recipe. So enjoy, because I did. Bye-bye for now.